Hi, my name is AYUSH GUPTA and I got recommended from Service Selection Board, Indian Navy in January 2017. I am a final year mechanical engineering student. So basically this video is being made to help you guys. I cracked in the first attempt and I also went through some videos of the recommended candidates, and I want to share from this video my experience and give you some tips. So, key points to crack SSB. Be optimistic in your approach. Make sure that you are going to crack the exam. Have confidence in your personality. Good communication skill, that means be fluent in English. Try to converse in English as much as possible with the fellow candidates. Follow instructions properly given by the officers. Adequate knowledge what is going around the world, that is, the GK should be fine. Read the current newspaper of 1 week previous. Do consult videos, books, and read the SSB brochure to get familiar with the test pattern. The points to be remembered while at SSB. SSB is not the test like competitive exams like IIT, JEE, or GATE. They look for qualities that an armed force officer should have. They seek average personality. They do not care whether you are a scientist or a jerk. If you satisfy their standards, they will select you. Number of recommended candidates is not fixed. They can take 2 out of 50 or 10 out of 95. Do not consider it as an exam but an opportunity to learn. Enjoy your stay at SSB because you are going to learn a lot by the atmosphere and by the fellow candidates. So, the test on the screening day. 2 tests are conducted with time boundaries. First test is general ability test. This is the test to check the basic intelligence in you, a simple aptitude test. The second test is PP and DT, picture perception and description test. In this test, you will be shown a blurred image. You have to point out the position, age, mood and sex. You have to write a story and provide a title to your story. The time allotted for all this is 3 minutes. So now let's go deep into each test and see what tips are there to crack it. General ability test. To do practice some general aptitude questions from internet books like SSB Crack or Aryan publication. Do not solely depend on them as they just provide you an idea how to crack the exam. You will be explained the solution and the approach of problems you are going to attempt. They will give you 5 sample questions and they will teach you how to solve them. So listen to them properly. All the problems are based on the concepts that they teach you. They will give you 2 booklets and both have the time boundaries. And don't worry, they will tell you how to deal with these problems. Be quick in your pace. Be sure that you complete all the questions in the time. These questions are very easy. So being from engineering background, I could solve them very quickly. Next test is picture perception and description test. After your general ability test, you get a break, you have a lunch, then you move to another second test. In this second test, you will be shown a blurred picture in which you have to mark the position, age, mood, sex of the main character. This is the first act you have to do on the paper, and then start writing a story. Be sure that you are optimistic in your story. And the story should finish into 6 to 7 sentences because you don't have much time. Do mention the title of the story and don't worry if the story is not complete. Again, listen instructions carefully given by the officer. Next sub part of this test is description test. In this, once your perception test is over, your handouts or hand sheets would be collected. Then around 10 minutes later, you will be divided into groups of 10 to 15 candidates. So in the hall or in the room, there will be 3 officers who will be looking over you. They will give you 1 minute to narrate your story. Be sure that you narrate the story that you have written. Don't worry if you have not written the complete story, but while in narration, speak out the complete story within 1 minute. So be confident. Body language should be alert. As soon as the narration is over of all the members, the group discussion starts. So in the group discussion, be sure that you may be initiator. If you are not initiator, don't panic. Make a point that you may be a peacemaker if the group is going into chaos, or you give valid points. Do speak in GD as soon as possible. Stick to your story and try to convince others with your points. And also listen attentively to the other candidates and agree to the points if you find them valid, and go with the majority of the candidates. Don't try to be unique. If the majority is saying that the character is female, so agree to it female. This shows the ability to go along with the group. So once your description test is over, around an hour later or 2 hours later, your screening results are out. In the screening results, they don't call you by name, they call you by chest numbers. Guys who are screened in will remain and will actually take part in the 4 days SSB ahead, and the rest of the ones who don't get selected will be taken back to the railway station on the same day. Do not feel rejected if you don't make it in screening. You can try next time, and make sure that you do a thorough introspection that what went wrong with you. So in the end, I would suggest to not only SSB candidates but to every person to go for SSB at least once. I would strongly recommend to ask your classmates to go SSB for at least once, because it gives you an proper insight of the military life. So you have to just show your qualities. The key to crack SSB exam of any armed forces is to be optimistic, be natural, and listen to the instructions properly. And hopefully you like this. In the next video, I would be talking about my journey from being screening in to being recommended for an officer.